All right. Hello, everybody. My name is DJ Benny James, and welcome to Wickham Pod. This is the second episode that we did. On Saturday, we interviewed the mayor, actually. It was quite interesting. And also in association with We Make Wickham, who made this all happen. I appreciate it. I'm here with Andy Joicey, is that correct? Or Andrew Joicey?
Andrew Joicey.
Andrew Joicey. Thank you, my man, for letting me do this interview with you. I met you only a few weeks ago, actually. I came here into the boxing ring, to the boxing gym here. I've always been interested in boxing all my life, but I've never had the opportunity or never felt like... I thought in my head that it wouldn't be comfortable for me going into a boxing ring because I don't have that background at all. I thought it might be full of bunch of alpha males and feel very uncomfortable. But I felt very, very welcome. You made me feel very welcome. And you kind of said, just do everything at your pace. You know, I'm a little bit of an older guy, out of shape. I haven't been in the gym forever. But you just made it so easy and so welcoming. I want to thank you for that first and foremost.
Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah, and it seems like you welcome anybody here, like all ages.
All ages, yeah. Yeah, all ages.
All ages, okay. And from all different backgrounds, you just seem very, very welcoming.
Yeah, obviously boxing is a very diverse community, and we've got all walks of life that come into our gym, so anyone's welcome.
When did it open, this gym?
Well, this premises opened about three years ago. We're in we just went into our fourth year in October. So, it's going really well.
Okay, and where was you before this?
We were on a site in Oak Ridge Road, on the back of Wickham there, by the mosque.
Okay.
And it was like an old woodwork school factory. It's where all the furniture warehouses are. And basically before COVID, we were operating out there, running a community boxing gym, and then COVID happened, and then no one on that site was paying the rent, and I was the only one paying the rent. So I said, well, I'm not going until I find a new place. And then one thing led to another. I think a lot of people forwarded my name to the council, and now we're here.
Yeah, I mean, it's an absolutely beautiful gym. And it's a nice, clean gym as well. I was expecting to like a real sweaty, dirty gym, but it's lovely.
A lot of boxing gyms, a lot of old school boxing gyms, they smell. That's the first thing you notice about when you step into an old school boxing gym, is the smell of old leather. Yeah. Or probably the toilets. But yeah, we've got like an A1 facility. We've got a nice sports hall area. Got a 19-foot boxing ring, 17-foot on the inside. We've got a weight section, a little cardio section behind us here. Yeah, we've got it all. Because along with the box, not everyone's going to be a boxer, like you're saying about all types of people. Not everyone's going to be a boxer. Everyone's got different goals when they come to a boxing gym. Some people to learn how to box, some people to lose weight, and some people, the majority of people, just to better themselves. Yeah,
well, the first thing I felt when I came, because I came with a mindset of like, let me learn some skills, build some confidence and stuff, but I didn't realize how much cardio and how taxing it would be, and just like it was a great workout. You know, it's very, the cardio was just amazing. So definitely encourage it for people that want to, get even just to get fit. It's amazing.
It's hard, but the class on the Saturday is everyone. Like you've got the boxers that come from our main session. They're welcome to come on the Saturday. And you've got like you've got the veterans, I like to call them, like Andy, the builder. Right. Sometimes you've got Howard, and they're all like 50, 60. Tim as well. They're on their last innings when it comes to like training or doing any sort of exercise. But we welcome anyone to that class. And we had, I think there was a travelling man, Will, with his son, Mikey, and I allowed that particular junior to join in that session because he's training alongside his dad. Right. So I wouldn't have that normally all the time, but that young lad is very well behaved, so he can come in and
you can make an exception.
Class. Yeah, you can make an exception.
So did you grow up here in High Wycombe?
No, I'm from Hayes in Middlesex. Okay. And it's very much like Wycombe, very very multicultural. Okay. I live right just before Southall, so it's a big Asian community. Yeah. Sikhs, Pakistanis, you've got Afghans, Albanians, you know,
Yeah.
because it's right next to Heathrow Airport.
Yeah.
It seemed to like that's where they land first,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's very good.
Tons of culture and good
Yeah,
food. Good food.
yeah,
You know where to
good-
get the good food then.
Yeah, good food. But that's what I liked about High Wycombe when I first was thinking about opening a gym around here is the potential, and it reminded me of home a little bit.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a shock. It's not like, say, if you go to the posher parts of Buckinghamshire, like Beaconsfield, Marlow.
Yeah.
It's very old English.
Yeah, yeah. This is
very patriotic, but here it's very diverse.
Yeah, yeah. No, I grew up originally in the centre of London, then moved out to Ruislip area, and then we moved out here. Yeah, like you said, it just felt.
I went to school in Ruislip.
Oh, you did? Okay. See, we already have a lot in common. So I know this is a big commitment for you here at the gym, right? I mean, at the club here, you're here a lot, right? So I know you must get a lot of support from your family. So I don't know if you want to say a big thanks to them.
A big thanks to my partner. Even now, I should be at home looking after the little ones, helping them get them ready for bed. Because my missus is pregnant, so she's due next month.
Congratulations!
With our second child.
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl? Yeah,
it's a boy. So I've got a boy of my own now. I've got a stepson, Casey.
Right.
But yeah, I've got Quinn. She's 2 next month, and we've got Evan on his way.
Wow! That's congratulations,
Yeah,
mate.
it's all happening.
I know all happening.
All happening.
That's
at
what
once.
happens, right?
Yeah.
It's quiet for a while, and then it all happens at once. So, tell us more about like the different. Because I know you talked about Saturday classes here, but what other sort of things? Because I see you do coaching as well, and I might get this wrong, but just to look at your face, it seems like that's your love. You love. It seems like you love the one-on-one.
Yeah, I like doing the. Well, I like anyone that's got a genuine desire for boxing. It makes my job easier.
Right.
When you've got someone and they're like, say if they're like their purpose is to come and lose weight, get in shape. I don't really connect with them as well as if they've got a love for boxing.
Right.
If they love boxing, it's easy. It's like I can show them things and they're really like interested and they're listening and they're coachable.
Yes.
When it's just about losing weight, then they don't care as long as they look and feel good.
Yeah. I'm curious actually. I'm going off a little bit script here. I didn't have this question, but I'm curious that if somebody comes to you and they had quite a bit of experience, but they've maybe been coached in the wrong way and they've come with bad habits, is that more difficult to retrain them kind of?
Well, everyone's got their way and yeah, I suppose when people have got bad habits, it is hard to correct them and put them on the right way or the way that you think works. But that's the thing about boxing; it does contradict itself. There's many ways to skin a cat, and other trainers have got their way. I've probably got my way, and Tom down the road's got his ways as well. But it's finding what works out for you, and if you can, what you're being taught by your coach and it works for you, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Not everything I teach to people works for them.
Yeah.
So everyone's different. I've got some kids that are amazing. They listen to me, and even when I'm saying instructions from the side of the ring and they do it and they implement it and it works, it's like you can see that light bulb moment. The penny starts dropping, and they're like, wow, this guy actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying there, because like for me with the DJ stuff, like I've met so many different DJs and they have their own style, their own unique way of doing things. And even if I teach somebody, I don't necessarily want them to copy exactly what I'm doing, my style. They'll have their own style, encourage that, but teach them the fundamentals kind of, and then they go off on their own. And because everybody has a different way of, a different approach on it, so
it's mad. I've got other people I keep on beating the drum still, saying you got to do it like this, you got to do it like this, and it takes them a longer to realise. Yeah, maybe I should listen to him because I'm not getting beaten up now. Talented kids, like you get kids that are naturally talented that come to the gym, and they're actually really hard to coach because they rely on their natural talent and ability, and it's worked for them so far until they meet that well-schooled, disciplined individual that's standing in front of them, and then it's like, what do I do now? The talent's not taking them anywhere anymore, so they actually have to, I've got to listen to my coach.
Okay, so tell us the story. How do you even get into it in the first place? Because I'm just speaking from layman's terms here. I always think of boxers have come, they just gonna come from a rough area. They're gonna come from an area that they're fighting growing up. It's a rough area, but I'm sure there's many stories. What got you into boxing and?
It was actually rugby. I used to play rugby in Hayes for a team called Old Abbots, and I was doing a little bit boxing training at the time, but I was actually enjoying the social aspect of the rugby. I don't know if anyone that's listening plays rugby. It's a great social community, and it's another gentleman's sport, and boxing and rugby have got that in common. And it was the physical side of rugby which I liked until I broke my nose one week, and
Right.
the next week I broke my leg, and so I decided to stick with the boxing, and and then I applied myself more into the boxing because with rugby you've got outside factors. You've got a 20-stone geezer jumping on top of you.
Yeah.
Like in boxing, it's just you and him. So I felt like I had more control with the boxing of what was the outcome was going to be.
Yeah, I noticed that when you mentioned the gentleman sport thing, that kind of made me think, because everybody I met here so far, they are gentlemen, and there seems to be some kind of unsaid rules that you go along things in certain you have a structure and it has to happen in a certain way, and people kind of respect the rules. It seems like that, and I don't know, it's a contradiction in terms in a way, because you just feel of like, oh, this is just violence, it's just fighting, but there seem to be a lot of respect in it.
You have to, otherwise you're going to get humbled very quickly.
Right.
And to be honest, you get wild people coming into the boxing gyms, like different types of people, but sometimes it takes that humbling for them to actually think, oh, I've got to start doing it in a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's it's I like it.
So what age were you when you first started then?
I was 18. Believe it or
Okay.
not. I started at a gym near me in Hayes, the Dicky Gun Gym, and
Okay.
it was but it was a pro-am gym. Like there was a lot of professionals that walked
Okay.
in there. There wasn't really many amateurs, to be honest, and it was a tough gym to learn out of. And I got beaten up every day. Like everyone that I sparred with got the better of me.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was tough, and then there was a couple of lads there that I became friends with, and Louis Reed and James McDermott, and they basically was one of the main reasons I kept on going back, because I've got a couple of friends now at the boxing gym. But then
Right.
they wanted to take the amateur boxing a little bit more serious, and they went to another top amateur club called Dale Youth, and so I followed them a little bit time afterwards, and I went to Dale Youth, and they were just a little bit more encouraging than the hard-nosed attitude of Hayes Boxing Club. Hayes Boxing Club was tough love. Like
Right.
it was like reverse psychology. They were like there was, even just to get a compliment off the coach, or just to get a bit of positivity,
Yeah.
or positive criticism, or what do I do?
Yeah.
It was like you had to figure it out yourself. But then I went to Dale Youth, and straight away I was on the pads with one of the coaches, and it was positive. It was like, this kid's going to be a champion. This kid's going to be someone.
Yeah.
And I liked it. But that's why they're a successful club, and a lot of these other clubs sort of like, they're not as successful and they don't produce champions because maybe they're not so positive.
Yeah. So you talking about champions? You won a belt. You won belts. You won
No,
belts. Like,
no,
tell us about your story.
Far from it.
Tell us your story.
I started boxing just to really test myself and to see if I could actually do it.
Okay.
It's one thing saying something and another thing doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I started boxing for about for Dale Youth. I was there for a few months, and then I had my first. No. By the time I went to Dale Youth, I was like in my 20s. I think 22. I actually had my first amateur bout, and it was at the Irish Centre in I think Camden, and I've got there, and I was always overweight. Like I should have been 61 kilos, but I walked around about the light welterweight limit, 64 kilos, and I had my first bout, and then never looked back. And I actually did win a novice title.
Okay.
But it was it was a novice, like under 10s, and it was against a lad from Islington called Carlos Moreno. But I'd already boxed him a couple of weeks beforehand, and then I boxed him in the Londons, and I won the London novice title. So it was nothing to write home about, but it was good. It was all right. It felt good, like winning as well.
Yeah,
you know, I won the majority of my fights, but it's the ones that you definitely learn from, and the ones that you lose.
right, absolutely.
You know, I boxed a kid from me in the next year in the under 20 novices. I boxed a kid called Darren Ballinger, and he actually knocked me spark out. I was winning the fight. I was up 2 rounds, and Mick Delaney goes, "You're winning this. Go for a dance. Go for a walk." But because I had all my family, my friends there, I wanted to put on a show. I wanted to go for the knockout, and then I jumped up. I did 1, 2, 3, jumped up with a left hook, and then he caught me with a right hand and put me in my arse. He put me in the recovery position. That's what he did. But yeah, it was good. But it was a very good learning experience.
Absolutely, I understand that. You know, it's sometimes the best way you can learn, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I was asking you what your highlight of your career is.
It's probably this is my highlight now, because I get to meet different sorts of people walking through my door, and they're all good people, and it's interesting. I've got actors that come to me for training. I've got authors, got chefs, and just people with interesting stories, like all walks of life. So yeah, I'd say having my gym and working with people is the highlight of my career.
Yeah. So, but I'm assuming that people come in here, you must get some people with kind of hard heads. They want to do things their way, and I'm sure you'd be like, no, you got to listen. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I had a young lad walk through the other day, and he was like, he told me he's been kickboxing for 10 years, and I was like, all right, that's all well and good, but I've got a duty of care as a trainer to assess someone who comes in, because you telling me, I can't take your word for it. I've got to see that you can actually shape up, put your hands up, just for health and safety reasons more than anything. Now we live in this culture. It's a blame and a claim, blame and claim.
Yep.
So I don't want to set myself up for one of those dodgy situations where someone comes in and just sues the hell out of me, and then I have to shut the club down. I've worked so hard just to get to this position now.
Oh, yeah.
Just for someone who's inexperienced to come in and spar and then get hurt and then take me to court.
Yeah.
So there is a duty of care. Obviously, I've got a wealth of experience. I can actually see. He can hold his hands up. He can go in there. Yeah, go on. You can try a few rounds with one of the lads or something. But it's you got to be careful, because that's what I say. There has been other clubs before, not naming clubs, and they haven't been like us. We're now affiliated with England Boxing, and we have to do things accordingly.
Right.
And we have to have level 1 trainers who help us, assist us, but anyone who's taking sparring has to be a level 2 certified trainer for England Boxing. It doesn't matter if I've got my pro license. It has to be with them, because there's a lot of safeguarding as well that comes with that, and they just want to make sure the safety comes first.
Yeah, and I noticed that, actually. I won't mention names either, but I remember listening to one of your conversations with one of the guys that really was itching to get in, and you're like, or go back to doing a fight, right? Train for a fight, and you're like, you just got to calm down. You just got to take your time. You got to get fit. You got to be 100% before you go back in that gym. So what's the importance of that? If you get an injury, like, because I don't really understand. I'm talking literally from layman's terms, like, what that whole process must be really frustrating for somebody who's like injured, but they really want to get back in.
You got to walk before you can run. You've got to test out everything. Like, there's a lot of factors in boxing that you've got to take into account. But if you're not physically fit 100%, it's going to be hard, isn't it? You've got to be fit, and if something's not right, there's going to be that weakness in your back of your mind anyway. Doubt's going to creep in, and when you're in that ring, you've got to be 100% committed. If you're not 100% committed, you're going to get beat. So that's I tell everyone to take it seriously, and it's how you live your life as well. Like, you can't just today I'm going to be a boxer. Like, no, this is a process, and people come to me and they say, how long is it before I'll be boxing or before I'll be sparring? And I said, how long's a piece of string? Like, I mean, some people develop quicker, some people it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But you have to trust the process and you have to do things right.
And it's how hungry you are at the end of the day, isn't it? Like how often you're going to come in here and train and listen and do the homework. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to do things a certain way because if you skip the process, you're going to get found out, and that's one place you don't want to get embarrassed.
Right. Yeah.
You get hurt in there.
Yeah. You're humbled real quick.
Yeah.
So, who are some of your personal favorite boxers over the years? Who's some of your idols?
Well, not really idols. I like exciting fighters.
Okay.
Back in the day when I started my pro journey, there was fighters like Michael Katsidis, Lucas Matisse, obviously Ricky Hatton when we were growing up.
Ricky Hatton,
Ricky Hatton was the one that got a lot of people into boxing just because he was very fan favourite. Yeah. And I met Ricky a couple of times on the small hall circuit where he was looking after the Upton brothers, and quality guy. Just a real sad situation what happened to him, but R.I.P. Ricky Hatton.
Yeah. And a couple movies. Somebody was telling me about a documentary, The Four Kings, just came out. Is it just on TV or something?
Oh, The Four Kings. It depends because there's
a new one with Bruno and a few others.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
on
it's a
Prime.
new version. Yeah, on Prime.
Yeah, because The Four Kings in America would have been Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, and Marvelous Marvin Hagler. That's the original Four Kings.
Okay.
Like,
they made a British version.
They made a British version of it as well.
Okay.
But I've actually seen that, and it's good. It's anything to do with boxing. It's really interesting, and you see the characters, and they are all different, and it's a good little watch.
Is there a movie or documentary that you can recommend to anybody interested in getting boxing, or just sort of getting a feel of what the whole life is about?
I'll tell you what I like. I like. Back in the day, HBO used to do this spin-off before a big fight. It was called 24/7.
Okay.
And basically, it's like 24/7. Like you're seeing the days leading up to the fight of the training camp.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
And then Showtime did their own version. Showtime Fight Camp 360. I like things like that because that shows you what a boxing gym is like.
Yeah. And
it's nice to see how other people do it, but it's very much like what it's like at a boxing gym. You got your shadow boxing, you got your skipping, you got your bags, you got your pads, you got, especially if no one's got no idea of what it's like in a boxing gym. It's good to watch these documentaries of the lead up to the fights and that. I like that sometimes a lot more than the actual fights. I like the build up a little bit more than the actual fight, because sometimes boxing can be like jazz. A good boxing fight doesn't really appeal to a lot of people. Some people, they just like a good fight, a good tear up, but real good boxing's like jazz. It doesn't appeal to a lot of people. It's like, oh, that was good. To the trained eye, that was good. Look how he done that. Yeah, that was very good. That was very skilled. Nah, the majority of people just like seeing people getting punched in the face.
No, I like that. Real boxing is like jazz. I love that. I'm going to use that in the future. Well, listen, we're going to finish up, but man, I really appreciate you inviting me and just taking this interview, man. I appreciate you doing this interview with me. I really do.
No, I appreciate you coming down. Like, obviously, we've been here for this is our 4th year, and there's still a hell of a lot of people that don't know about us. And as long as it reaches the right people, because our form of advertising is word of mouth, and the people that come here are great people. They're good people, and that's one thing I like to say is I'd like to thank all my members for making this dream happen and continue. Just because without them and without the people coming here, this wouldn't happen.
Right,
and
absolutely.
I love coming to work, and that's why my missus says, "You love your job, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. It's nice. I get to add a real positive impact to people, and especially like the youngsters, the kids, and people with good, genuine desire for boxing. That's who I like." And I'm finding my people, and at the moment now we've got a busy junior section. We cap it at 16 people. We don't have overfilled the gym full of people.
Yeah.
There'll be 16 people max doing the class. And the same with the seniors as well. We've got 16 max per class, so it's going in the right direction. So thanks to everyone for trusting me and for make it continue.
Yeah. Well, what's the best way people can find out more information? Do you have a website?
I've got an Instagram page.
Okay.
They can contact us through there. My number's on there as well. Well, there's a number on the sign outside out the back.
I'll post that as well. But
yeah.
Do you know your Instagram tag?
Joicey's Boxing on Instagram.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, right here in High Wycombe, guys. But thank you once again to Andrew Joicey. Appreciate it, man. It's an absolute pleasure. And thanks again to We Make Wycombe as well, and everybody that helped put this program on this week. It's been amazing. And I will see you again, sir. Thank you.
Thanks very
Cheers.
much.
Bye.